Okay, so here's the table installed on the table saw. Uh, Transitions well. I did have to put a chamfer here, but so now the the process is to cut out for the router lift. I needed a router bit, so I stopped at Woodcraft this morning and I discovered that Jessem makes a template. And this is going to be absolutely superb. So I wish they'd have told me this when I bought the lift. Okay, here I've got my dust mask on, and this is plywood, so it's not quite as bad as the MDF. So I used blue tape and super glue to tape this down. As you can see, I put a sacrificial piece in the center so that my router, as I was routing out the template, that gave me some support. So it wasn't tippy or, I wasn't cutting that at an angle. Anyway, that seemed to work out really well. Here I'm noticing that it's starting to cut deeper, and so I was thinking I was just trying to figure out what was going on. And what was happening is I haven't used this router in a long time. I have 3 of them, and it was creeping down, and then the cullet was touching the collar. So at this point, I was getting a little alarmed. I'm seeing smoke, and I look at the router, and it's just hotter than hell. And what it is the collet, like I said, was down rubbing against the collar. So I waited for it to cool off. I used this rag to fix it and tighten it up, and then continued after that. So for this next portion, I'm going to speed it up because I don't want to have an hour-long video here. But so I get the router repaired and vacuum up, and then you'll notice that I take off a lot on the corners so that I have triangles, and on the corners I'm going to put inserts in there to screw the router lift to. And there you can see I'm doing that. I don't know if people like speeding through this, but it's kind of like watching paint dry. So here I'm removing the template and the tape. Some of the CA glue got on my surface. I don't think it's going to be a game changer, but so I took a drill and drilled a hole in each corner as far in as I could, and then here I'm taking my jigsaw and cutting out the center portion. So this is leaving a 1/2 inch lip around the edges, and then, as I said, I really tore out some corners there so that I had about an inch on each corner, and that gives a real sturdy support. With that done, I wanted to do a trial fit. There were a few high spots I needed to sand down, but boy, I was just really amazed at how perfectly that fits in there. Here I'm taking a chisel and just cleaning up some of the glue that had spilled over onto the tabletop. It came off pretty easily, so real impressed there. Also, so the whole function of this was to get rid of this cobalt router table, and I'm taking the router out of it. It's going to go into this router lift. I had to do just some minor modifications, but it fit really well, and you'll see that here in just a second. So the modification I had to do was take off a gear that Cobalt put on there for their router lift to work as kind of a lift. Reading the directions there on how to tighten everything up, and so after I took that little piece off, it fit great. And it took just one Allen wrench to tighten it up. Here I'm trying it out with the wrench that it comes with. Worked perfectly. Really happy. It'll come up far enough I can change the bit with just using one wrench. So that's a bonus. Then I'm putting in the leveling screws and so I can level it. It was just a tad below the surface of the table, which is exactly what you want. By adjusting that, I got it absolutely perfect, and so it's going to be great. Really looking forward to that. Okay, I'm going to call this done. I still need to mount the switch, but I don't have the hardware I'm going to need. And I may just buy a different switch. But she's in there, snugged up. And I think I like it. Little nick there. I can never make anything perfect. Anyway, hope you like this journey. We'll see you a little further on down the trail.